Good afternoon everyone, welcome to Gendera. I'm Geraldine and this is my official entry to SHEDWARS22. SHEDWARS is a global gardening collaboration that encourages and inspires people and teaches people about gardening in various different climates around the world. Now my climate is a warm temperate zone in Lockyer Valley in Queensland in Australia, and we are in the middle of spring at the moment here in the Lockyer Valley, and I believe this is a hardiness zone 4. But yeah, so we don't get a huge amount of rain here, and this particular area has had a good 4 to 5 years of drought. So our soils are and the soil here on this property is very low on organic matter. We've only been on this property for just over 12 months now, and I'm working on preparing my garden beds for growing in very dry climate. Although at the moment everything's looking nice and green because we've had some great rain. So I'll show you around some of my stuff in my garden. Experimental potato patch here that I did a video on. I'll leave a link up there. I've got my red papayas going on over here. There's one of my Âûs, one of my gardening methods for growing in a drought, right near my moringa tree, as well as very deep mulch, which is one of the other things I do. And I've got elderberries, I've got chickens, I've got all sorts of things growing in my garden. There's one of my pineapples that I grew from the shop as part of SHEDWARS21. I showed how to actually grow pineapples from store-bought pineapples. Goats, and my 2 baby goats, they were born during SHEDWARS21. That's not their mum with them. Their mum's in a different part of the property because I'm in the middle of weaning them at the moment. The things I love about SHEDWARS21 is it encouraged me to try new things, and one of them was growing mandarins from seed and growing red papaya from seed. Part of the experiment, and more to the point, the gladiator challenge of growing things from store-bought fruit and veggies. So these mint, I actually bought this mint as a cutting from the shops, along with these pineapples and these avocado trees. And I probably wouldn't have tried it at all if it wasn't because I was doing SHEDWARS21 and it was one of the gladiator challenges for the Northern Hemisphere. You can forget my teammates. This one is Laurie from Laurie's World, and I've got all sorts of other team members that I had on Team Aquarius on the Northern Hemisphere SHEDWARS21. We'll have a look at the others around the garden. I missed a few of them already actually. Danny from Cajun Hydroponics down there, he grows tomatoes in his hydroponics, and I've got him looking after my Roma tomatoes. These guys overwintered really well and are still producing. So yes, he's doing a great job down there. So check out Cajun Hydroponics. He's got some amazing hydroponics set up. Tina's over here from Cosmic Cultivator. She's keeping an eye on my potato patch. She's been doing a lovely job all winter keeping an eye on them. Of course, then you've got Nisi and little Z from Freehandly Made Âû. They're keeping an eye on my passion fruit vines, or one of my passion fruit vines that's happily growing up this tree. It's done a lovely job over winter. I've also got some sweet potatoes down there, and some Elysium, and some comfrey, and some sweet potato, and an elderberry bush over there. But let's go check out who else we've got. We've got Spy from Wckershire. There's Gail from GAIL'S Southern Living. She's been working hard in the garden protecting this area. It's got the choco vine and the Elysium and the gerbras and the elderberry. The elderberry bushes are just doing beautifully. Look at that. And she's keeping these safe from my guinea fowl and my Rhode Island red chickens. And there's everybody's favourite WildEdibles. She's on Team Will It Grow as well in the Northern Hemisphere, but she's here keeping an eye on Matthew's chickens and on the baby goats. She loves the baby goats. But WildEdibles has a lot of chickens. You should check out WildEdibles' channel. She actually volunteered for the Southern Hemisphere last year, and she was part of the Northern Hemisphere's SHEDWARS as well. And there's Nettie and Bruce, my 2 little baby goats. There, that's Jason Avers. He's one of my teammates on Team Aquarius. He has an agroforestry thing happening on his channel in his urban backyard. Grows so many fruit trees. So I've got him looking after my moringa cuttings and my mulberry cuttings and all my other cuttings. I've got Monstera Delicio and my pepinas, and some mulberry cuttings, and some rosemary, and some lavender. All sorts of things happening over here. There's Robert from Homestead Aquarius, and he's keeping an eye on my strawberries, because Robert has got lots of strawberries happening at his place. And he is our fantastic team leader of Team Aquarius. Go Team Aquarius! That's all over here next to the boys' setup, which is supposed to be aquaponics, but at the moment it's just hydroponics because we still don't have any fish in here. And the boys have been setting up plants as part of SHEDWARS Youth Division. So I have a 4-year-old, Jonathan, who's been working on these plants, and my 12-year-old, Matthew, who's been growing these plants. They're looking a bit sad at the moment, but the chocolate ninja's doing well. Oh, and Jonathan's got a little tomato on there. Here next to my blueberries, we've got Michael from Frogfoot Hollar. He's keeping an eye on my blueberries. I did have my Warrigal greens here too, but they've been planted. So he's keeping an eye on my blueberries for now. And there's been lots of other frogs around here as well. That's some more of my mint that I grew from cuttings from the shops. One of the other things that I did as part of SHEDWARS21 for the Southern Hemisphere, we had to grow something in a pot. So this is my growing in a pot section. It's going well. Some of it's died, but some of it's doing okay. Been getting lots of yummy strawberries. Lots of yummy strawberries. Yum. Last but not least, my aquaponics. And oh, look who's under there. It's Billy from the Wckershire Project. He found my aquaponics fascinating, and I haven't been able to look after it all that well over winter, but it's still growing fantastically. So I'm really pleased with that. And if you think you can beat my celery, it's over 1 meter tall, my celery. But if you think you can beat it, I would love to see you try. We had a lot of fun down on Jandera last year in SHEDWARS21 for the Southern Hemisphere, and we had a lot of fun in the Northern Hemisphere volunteering as well. And we're looking forward to another fantastic season of SHEDWARS22 in the Southern Hemisphere, and we'd love to have you join us. But this is my entry video, and I would really like to see someone beat my celery. Check out this kale, pretty cool. But yeah, I'll leave a link to my playlists for last year for SHEDWARS21, so you can see some of the things that we did last year and the progress that we've made over this year, because this property has been very, very badly degraded and hasn't had a gardener working on it for decades. So come along, join the journey, and like the video and subscribe to the channel to keep up with what we're doing down at Jandera. And we'd love to have you join the family. Bless you. You have a great day. And remember, you're either green and growing or you're ripe and rotting. Get out there and plant something today. Bless you.